Hello, YouTube. My name is Ice132412, or you can call me by my actual name, Carl. And today I come to you with a review for The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, and Trese, the anime Netflix show based off the award-winning comic series. But before we start, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to click the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Also, if you want, please share this video as well. Now on to the review. The reason why I chose these two is because they're doing something similar, which is mixing horror and mystery together. To first start off, I'll talk about The Conjuring. The Conjuring, I liked. I liked this movie. I thought it was a really entertaining film. Um, this movie stars Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, and these two and their chemistry on screen is just it's immaculate. It's incredible. They really do feel like a husband and a wife. And what I liked about this movie is that yes, it's not as scary as the first one or the second one, but this one does have an intriguing mystery in trying to figure out who's behind this sort of event. You know, who's causing this to happen, who's terrorizing these people. And even though it's not as scary as the first two, it still gives a very creepy vibe that's on par with the first and second one, in my opinion. Um, Not only that, but the acting in the movie is really good, especially from the whole entire cast, especially Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga. The direction is really good as well, and it keeps me entertained. And not only that, but it's also it's a bit of a thriller. It kind of reminds me of Evil Dead. It kind of reminds me of Evil Dead when I was watching that. I feel like I was watching Ash Williams again, going through his situation with the Deadites and Necronomicon and all of that. So it kind of is like a more serious version of Evil Dead. That's what I got from that. Um, so I think the only con I would say is that I think the villain was kind of weak. She wasn't as I think as good of a villain as like in the previous films. But I think she still was serviceable. I think it was still a serviceable villain, and it served the purpose of the film. But yeah, overall, I did like The Conjuring. I think The Conjuring was a really good movie, and I would give it maybe a B plus. I think a B plus. I think that's a good good rating for that film. And for Trese, the Netflix anime series based off of the award-winning comics, this was really good. And I cannot wait for a second season of this. This show literally encaptures what a non-Constantine show would be. It captures what made Constantine tight, even though it's not Constantine. That's if you're trying to figure out what I mean by that. That's what I kind of mean. And what I love about the show is that it introduces this character within all these characters, the whole world within 6 episodes, and does it amazingly. And it does it in an amazing fashion. And it does it really well. The action is good. The horror in it is really good. And not only that, but the story and the writing and trying to figure out where she came from, her origin. And it does a perfect job of explaining her origin through flashbacks. It is very well paced. I think this probably is one of their best anime shows they put out in a minute. Not to say that they don't have any good anime shows. I mean, come on. You got Castlevania, Blood of Zeus, and C.S. Manos. So you have a lot of good shows on there. And I feel like this show, if it goes on, could be on par with Castlevania. Because I think Castlevania is probably the best Netflix anime show that they've ever put out. And I think this show can be on par with that. I also think a lot of the acting, the voice acting was really good in the show. And what I really did like was kind of like the dialogue. A lot of the dialogue felt natural. It didn't feel like it was forced in any way, shape, or form. It also, the animation, the overall look. Now, I will say this. The look of the show is beautiful. I do like how it looks and how it's drawn. But I will say this: sometimes, if you notice this, some of the animation is kind of janky, and I mean, it's a nitpick. It's not really a big con. It's just, I hope in the second season they kind of kind of smooth it out a little bit more. Again, if they make a second season, I hope they do. But other than that, I think Trese was a great start, great series, great start for a whole new franchise, a whole new universe, and a great way. And also, I have to say this: it's also a great blend of culture. The way they've, because I think this is based off a Filipino comic. It's a Filipino comic series that's based out in the Philippines, and it really, really encaptures that culture. And that's one thing I do like about that. I love the fact that it really encapsulates the culture and mixes the cultural element, like some of the cultural folklore, some of these characters, and brings them into this thing. And you learn about certain Filipino folklore. So again, I think with all that said, I think Trese was a great series, really great. Hope it gets second season, and honestly, I give that an A+. So that was a review for both Conjuring and Trese. If you like this review, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. And if you want, please share this video as well. My name again is Ice132412. But if you don't want to go call me by that, you call me by my actual name, which is Carl. Have a nice day. Stay beautiful.